Hello everybody, this is Josh Explain Place, and today we continue to grow, expand and improve our city of Port Austin in Cities Skylines 2 in this episode number 12. And in our last episode, we were finally able to bring in the railway and place down 2 train stations for passengers and 1 for cargo. And in this episode, I finally want to be able to place down the university and do some road work in the downtown area. So let's begin. And well, it hasn't been that long that we placed this really nice rail station, the medium one. And so let's take a look at the usage is minimum, which is fine. I wasn't expecting it to be that high. But I do think that this other one, the one by our downtown area, I do believe it's going to be a little bit more used, as we can see here, just a little bit more. Again, we'll see. Hopefully things will get a little bit better. And so I think that this area, this square, which we're going to buy just right now, will be perfect for our first university. Right, and I think it's going to be somewhere in here, and that's going to be just great. As you can see here, the need for university is really high for everything, for elementary school, for high school, for college. So that's something that we do need to work on a lot more. But also I want to be able to finally finish this road, which in here it's called Primrose Street. Right, it's this really long road. I want to make sure that it goes all the way and it meets this other road in here, so we need to purchase a couple of these tiles. So I think that's gonna be it, and sure, we're gonna purchase these. One of the reasons why I want to finish this is because I think we should try to do something on the shoreline. And I think we had talked about, and we have been forgetting to do this harbor for passengers, and I think that's going to be a really nice. But I want to try to do some terraforming in here, have like a little peninsula coming out in here, and we have the harbor, and we can have some maybe a little bit of commercial areas. Again, I wish we had the leisure and the, I'm forgetting which one it was, from City Skylines 1 and nightlife, I think, but unfortunately that's not possible, so we'll see how that's gonna go. So first, let's try to make this a longer regular road, which should help us with that, but let's also first try to do just a little bit of soften this terrain, because it's a little bit too much. And I think, yeah, it's gonna go around here and it's gonna end up in this area. So let's try that again. It's gonna be 1 and it's gonna be 2, and I hate this really bad. So let's see if this can be a little bit better. Almost, we're getting there. Again, I wish this wasn't such a mess. I think that's as good as it's gonna get, and just because, let's put a modest, no, it's too small. Let's do a large parking lot in here, and that should mask our issue with this road. So now we have it in here, and I don't want to connect this other street. I think that's gonna be good enough, but that means that we need to start putting a medium road, or as I call it, the avenue. So let's do that in here, just like that, and then we'll continue our small road with this complex curve. There you go, and I think that looks really nice. So let's do the one-way street update. And on this one, I think just right now, let's try to beautify it. I think it's gonna look really nice. And we're gonna do something that we did on the other one, which is, since this one has the medium with the grass, we are gonna do the left side have grass. I think that's gonna look really nice. And also trees, so we're gonna have trees here. And we also need to make sure to take off any traffic lights. And I think that's gonna work really, really nice. I don't think anybody's gonna turn left, but just in case, let's put that in here. And same thing in here. Again, I don't think that's gonna happen. And I think now we have the no U-turn. And let's see on this side. Well, we don't have it, but again, I think we should be fine. And now let me just continue this road real quick. And I think this scenic route looks really, really, really nice. Now what we need to finish is to completely connect these two roads. So let me do that really quick. That's that. I think that's gonna be really, really nice. And let's see, there's an accident, so that shouldn't concern us for the moment. And let's just continue the quote-unquote beautification of this road, which I think looks really, really nice, and it's going to be a really, really nice road to go through. Let's do this. There you go. Yeah, I think this is going to be just great. I don't think, for the time being, that people are gonna go through this intersection or through this road yet, but we need to make sure that it's available. And I think everything's fine in terms of one-way streets. Yeah, it should be fine. That's really, really nice. We'll finish this road. Well, you know what? Let's do it right now. Let's beautify it just a little bit more. See, I think this looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. Now people will actually want to be driving through this road. And we'll fix the other stuff, but not right now. We did forget to look into our data tab, so let's take a look at the electricity. Again, we're just fine. We're producing more than we need, and we're exporting a good amount. Same thing with water. Since we added another water pump, we should be able to be fine. And with sewage, we'll look into it, not right now. In terms of healthcare, we need another crematorium, and yeah, we do have enough money to do another crematorium. So let's do that really quick. We'll put it on this new area. And I think that's gonna be helping our town. You know what? We'll wait on putting a couple more. I think we have to wait and see how well this works in this area. Again, let's take a look. We have 6 vehicles out of 10, which is fine. Again, we have a lot of high rent complaints, but I think that's gonna be fine again for right now. We need to figure out how we're gonna help with that. But again, not right now, because we're focused on doing this, which we already finished, which actually looks really, really nice. And again, I think we can do something. Let's try to, you know what? Let's try to do it right now, because we know we have this in here. So what if we continue something in this area? So let's see where we have. You know what? Let's see if we can continue things. There you go. Let's unlock. Let's do this one. And we actually have to do this one too, and this one, unfortunately. But again, we should have enough money. And I just want to do like a little test to see what is it that I kind of want to do. So let's do some terraforming here. And let's do the level terrain tool. Let's do this a little bit smaller. Let's do 75. So I think this white line is where the water is at. So let's do 3. Right, I think that's gonna be okay. There you go. And just a little bit more. Another one. I really wish we had some tools like in SimCity 4, but I guess that's a little bit problematic. And let's see if we can add. Well, first of all, let's see how we're gonna do that. So it's the harbor here. I think that's gonna be fine. Let's see if by putting a road we get any issues. We're gonna do it from here to here. And I think that's gonna be just great. There you go. And that's gonna be perfect. And just for right now, let's see if I don't know why it messes things up. But let's put this one here. There we go. Let's delete this one and let's add a road like this and another one like this. And then we'll meet these two in here. And we'll put a little small roundabout. So I like to put the ones with the concrete, the small concrete roundabouts when it's a road that it's not residential. I think that's gonna work really well. And so now we need to, first of all, let's add a line, a bus line going from here all the way to let's see what's the best way to put it. Well, first of all, let's add this line. Yeah, let's do one thing. So we need to continue this one into here. That should be fine. I don't think we're gonna need I don't think we're gonna have an issue. Let's try it right now. Okay, yeah, that worked really well. So let me draw the other two routes, lines. There you go. And we have 4 new lines. Let's see each one. So we're gonna do 2 and 5. Again, I think that's gonna be enough for now. So let's change all these to 5. This one is already 1, but let's make it a 2. Just because it's closer doesn't mean that it's not gonna be not used. I don't like that. The only reason why it's less is because there's a shorter distance. I really don't think that that's how it should be done, but that's the way it is. And last but not least, the ship line number 4. So we're going to change this to 5 again, and make these 2. And we'll consider we'll take a look at as things change. So we'll see how that goes. Let me add a parking lot. Let's see if we can do. This is too big. I think for now this should be fine. And I believe that, well, first of all, I think we're gonna we need to do a taxi depot, so we'll do it in just a moment. And let's see if we can add this transport line. Okay. And that should be enough to do a bus route. So yeah, that's good enough. I don't like that you're not able to put these bus shelters, but again, that's how the game works. So let's add it. Let's add one in here. So that way it's easier for people that are getting into the city from the harbor all the way to get here into the downtown area and then take the train if that's how they want to do it, or take some other buses. So let's see if we can change the color of this route. So it should be $3, and let's do again 5 for now. Let's do electric, and let's change the color. And hopefully we're gonna start seeing people get to this harbor. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll wait. Again, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but that should be fine. Okay, let's try to see where we can place the taxi depot, and I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think we're gonna expand, and if it expands, it's gonna be on this side, so we should have no issues. Let's add this taxi depot. Let's put it here. As a traveler, okay, so we'll have 45 vehicles. And I think that should be fine for now. The only thing that we need to do is to add some taxi shelters, and I'm gonna add one just right here across this bus station. I'm gonna add one here across the train station, and I'm gonna add this one here just in case. And again, little by little, I think we should be able to start seeing people come into this harbor. The line should start working sooner rather than later, and I just want to close this one and take it from there to see how things are gonna work. And I think we did a pretty good job with this, right? It looks really nice. It looks beautiful, and I think that this is gonna work really well for our city. Again, let's take a look. Yeah, it's not being used that much, but we will figure things out. Again, because if only we could do a really nice park in here, if only we could do some other things, we can't. What we can do is add a park. We'll add a campfire site here. Just for it to be part of this castle. And you know, once we start doing a lot more city beautification, we'll fix this. I mean, we have 2 little ponds, 2 little lakes, so that should be fine. And last but not least, we're gonna have to deal with the university. So first of all, let me continue this commercial area here. And we need to figure out how we're gonna do this. So let's add some more roads. Okay, and I think we should be fine just placing the university in here. So again, that's gonna start taking a lot of money from our budget. So that's 100,000. But again, we're doing pretty well right now, and I'm sure we'll make a little bit more money once we start expanding our residential areas. So let's do that right now. And let's take a look at what type of upgrades the university has. And as you can see, it's already getting filled with students. So the first one is the university library, which we should be able to place somewhere in here. We also have the extension wing, which we will do right away. There you go. And we have the university park, which will go really, really nice in here. And we'll do the library in here. Right? And then we will continue this road. And we'll fix this to look a little bit better. And that didn't work the way that I expected. So sometimes we have issues with this. It says no pedestrian access. There should be no reason why there's no pedestrian access. I hate that really, really bad. And this one is the expansion. So let's delete it. See, it's still giving us that error. Again, I don't know. Let's try to redraw this road. But sometimes that happens, and honestly, there's nothing you can do. And right now, I mean, we'll just add the extension wing again, and we'll just wait and see how this works. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know what it is. It's just completely annoying that happens, especially because there's nothing wrong. As you can see, there's access to it. So I really don't see what the issue is. We'll add a parking lot, and we'll add it here. See, I don't know why there's no pedestrian access. And we really don't have any money, so we'll see how that works out. Again, it's just very, very annoying. The only thing that I can do is upgrade these two roads. Maybe, yeah, it didn't make a difference. So again, we'll see. Once we get more money, we'll try maybe to turn it around. So for as of right now, we'll just add some vegetation in here. Again, there's no reason why there's no pedestrian access. It's just the way that the upgrades work. I hope that it gets fixed on a patch pretty soon. I don't know if we're still going to be dealing with patches or not. And the only other thing that I think we are able to do is I think we'll unlock this tile, because I think I want to do a little bit more of residential, medium density residential, and I think this is going to be the perfect place to put it in here, because we also have another castle. So let's try to see what we can do. And I think it's only going to be apartments. So that's what we're going to do in this moment. think that's gonna work really, really well. For some reason now there's only demand for high density, and I think we can do just a little bit of that in here. This is the transformer station. Let's see if we can do. I think we can do some of the high density low rent housing, but I don't know where we can place it. And you know what, let's place it here. Hopefully that's gonna help out. And now, as you can see, the demand is getting lowered, so we need to add more commercial. And I think I'm gonna add some commercial here, and that should lower it just a little bit. And we'll add let's see, because I want to add some of these office zones, a little bit of office. Let's add it in here, right? That should be fine. And let's take a look at the happiness. I think everything's fine. Yeah, we don't have any big issues. Now we have the food station, so let's see if we can add some of that stuff in here or in here. So I have not placed a lot of this stuff, and I think it's time to do it. And we'll add the rock musician's mansion. We can add everything in here, right? I think this is gonna be fine. So we'll add it here. The film actor's mansion here, and the painter mansion here. Right? I think that's gonna be fine. We also need to add, maybe let's take off this zone and let's add a small road. And let's see what we need the most. If it is the elementary school, definitely the elementary school. So we'll add another one here. And I think that's gonna be just great. Again, we're making the life of our citizens better, and we're still making a profit. Let's take a look at our data really quick, just to make sure that we're not getting bad at, especially electricity and water, right? Sewage, we're getting there. And definitely garbage management, we were able to deal with it really well. I think this recycling center really helped, and we haven't even upgraded it with anything else. We do need to start thinking about emptying this landfill. And I think that's gonna be for our next episode, because I do want to start changing things in here. Try to make it like a new area for high density commercial and residential. I think that's gonna work really well. And we have issues here with ambulances, waiting for ambulances. So let's see. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine in that regard. We do need to add a whole lot more residential areas, but I think for the time being, that should be just fine for now. And we also need to fix this mess. In order for us to change this, we need to move it. Let's see if we can move it right now. In our next episode, we'll try to fix this. And by fixing, I mean just make it just a little bit better. And that way we can make this, again, just look a little bit better. And before we finish, let's take a look at our harbor here. I think this is gonna be a really cool area. Again, I wish we had the tourism specific areas and leisure areas like we do in City Skylines 1. Unfortunately, we don't. So the efficiency is 117, passengers waiting 17. So let's take a look at all the lines. This line, 0% usage, that's completely fine. This one also 0%. that's completely fine. 0%, that's even worse. And this one is 2%. Actually, this is not that bad. So we'll wait and see how these things goes. So let's add just a little park. Let's start the plaza. We'll add it here. There you go. And I think that's gonna work really well. And so let's recap our success for this episode. First, we were able to finish this avenue and to make it link back into the expressway. And if you look at it, it might be kind of like a spur or a loop once everything's finished. And we'll see. We'll figure something out for that, because maybe we can just finish somewhere here, or maybe this can be this connection in this area. We might be able to do like a tunnel and plug it in here. We'll see. I don't know about that. Again, tunnels, I'm not that big on tunnels in this game yet. So we finished this really nice avenue, and I think that the shape that we did in here looks really nice with the contour of the terrain, right? It looks nice. We also added this harbor, which is working really well. We don't have that many visitors, and that's fine. We need a way to do more tourism. And as you can see here, hopefully there's somebody somebody's coming out, and somebody is going to be waiting for this bus. There's nobody parked. And last but not least, we actually were able to finally place this university. We needed a university. We hadn't done anything with universities yet. We have a college, and that's it. We still need to add more colleges, more universities, more high schools, more elementary schools, more, because of the population of our city. So let's take a look at this. It looks really nice. Unfortunately, there's issues in here with no pedestrian access, and I think the only thing that we can do is in the near future move this here. But that's gonna take a lot of money, as you can see. In this case, it's gonna take another 500,000, more or less. So we'll wait for that for our next episode. But again, I'm kinda glad we were able to create our first university, and I think that we can call this a success, even though our need for residential just went completely down. But that's because we need to add more commercial and industrial, and I think industrial is going to be our next challenge, because I don't want to have it in here, and I think we should start thinking about putting our industrial area maybe in this area, or maybe in here. But even though it's a lot of hills, I don't think it will work. Or even in this area, I think this might be a good option. But then again, there's no access to the railway, and in order to get access to the railway, we would have to, unless we wanted to have it in this side, we would have to buy a lot of tiles. Let's say that if we wanted to do this, it would be a lot of tiles. It's not even funny how much money we would have to spend, and that's not counting the tiles that we need to do that. And we also would need to change that trajectory of this highway. Even though in my city, Skylines 1 cities, I do like to have a big loop, so we will have to make this another highway that will connect here, and it will go all the way in this area, and then it will connect here, right? I don't like the fact that this is just this really cool Golden Gate Bridge, so we'll have to figure something out. Maybe we can add some maybe we can add just a road here that connects all the way in here, and then it splits. But we'll see that as we figure things out. And so once again, I want to thank you for watching and liking this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please make sure to leave them in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Again, thank you, and we'll see each other in our next episode. Goodbye.